Thought I'd come out in this rainstorm today and make a video. Also have my coffee. Also, you can probably see there's like this kind of smoky sort of thing, but that's because it's kind of cold out and this rain is melting the snow. Anyway, science. I thought that was cool. All right, before I take a sip of this coffee, I've been inside a lot of book and call funnels lately, and I want to talk about the biggest reason why your ads aren't getting more booked calls. So one of the biggest things that I see is that the ad creative that you are running, the messaging that you have in that ad, the angles that you have in that ad are not the same as the landing page that you are sending traffic to. Now let me explain this. So this has nothing to do with targeting. I would actually say that targeting is one of the least reasons why an ad may not book calls. Obviously, there's exceptions to that rule sometimes. Depends on exactly, who you want to be clicking these ads. But I am on a couple of book and call funnels right now doing strategy, and we are not doing a lot of targeting at all, especially with the ad updates like that Meta released in terms of how they're actually optimizing campaigns now, which is very different than how they were doing it 10 years ago. But you don't need the targeting that you think you need. You've probably heard this a bunch of times. Creative is the new targeting. That's never been more true than it is now. So let's say you launch an ad, and this is what happened with this person that I was working with right now. So she was running an ad. It was actually getting quite a bit of clicks. The costs were really good compared to what she could be paying. But she had like one book call, and literally that one book call, based on how much she was spending, cost her like $800. So changed a few things around. We've now been running ads for a couple weeks. She has gotten a bunch of calls. She has spent about $1,500. She's sold about $12,000, and her cost per book call is about $17. So the biggest reason that her ads were not booking calls before was this exact thing that I said at the beginning of this video, which is that the ad itself, which is what was attracting people to click, and then the page that they were going to did not have a story, a consistent story. And this is what, when I talk about brand storytelling, I really mean that there needs to be a consistent story. Now, your brand doesn't need just one consistent story. It can have many different stories. But between the ad someone clicks, which means the copy and the creative, i.e. the image, the text on it, and the also call to action, needs to be consistent with what's on the page. Now, you might think that, oh, well, I have that right now and it's still not working, or you think that you're doing it, but I'm telling you, most of the time, it's not happening, or if it is kind of connected, it could be 10 times better. So I'll give an example. Let's say you're running an ad, and the ad is for, you're selling, let's say, sales training, right? So the ad says, become a high-ticket closer so you can make 6 figures. Obviously, that's a message we've all heard a million times, so it's just easy to say. So let's say someone's like, oh, that's interesting. I will want to become a high-ticket closer. Bang. And then they go to the landing page, and it says, get 6 figures by doubling your close rate. Now, it's very possible that inside that course, it talks about doubling close rate, it talks about handling objections, it talks about all these things, and so you're like, well, this is what the program is about, and this is what our VSL is about, so that should make sense. But the reason people clicked on the ad was something else. The reason they clicked on the ad was that become a high-ticket closer, so you can make 6 figures. These people are not high-ticket closers yet, so doubling your close rate actually doesn't relate to the ad. And this can be very, very subtle. And I saw it on this funnel that I was just working on, the example that I just gave, where the messaging was really strong at the creative level and clearly getting a lot of people's interest, and then it just falls flat. It's either disconnected, the story's not there, it's confusing, you're not sure what to click, you don't know where to go, which is another reason why I really suggest that when you're sending traffic from an ad to a landing page, that it's very clear what people are supposed to do, because if there's anything confusing about it at all, people are going to drop. They need to know what to click, what to watch, what they get. It's got to be super tight. So if you are running a book a call funnel right now, and it's either your calls are expensive, i.e. they're like over $150, or You're just not getting the amount of calls that you want. Don't just increase the budget. It won't necessarily do anything. You got to keep testing creative and keep checking the conversion rate of that landing page, because if you can get that landing page to convert higher, even a little bit higher, you can like slash your cost per lead in half. Everything will be cheaper. Your profit from your ads is going to be better, even if you don't even spend any more. So biggest reason why book a call funnel, you might not be getting the book calls that you want. If you want me to take a look at your funnel, happy to do a audit on it and just diagnose your number one opportunities and constraints that are preventing rev and profit. Feel free to grab that below, and hope you're having a great day.